From the very name of Moshe, Moses in Hebrew, we learn one of the most profound ideas of what Jewish life and leadership is all about. From the very name given to Moshe by Bat Paro, Pharaoh's daughter. You see, his name should not have been Moshe. It should have been Mashui or Nimshe, the one who was drawn out. After all, why does Bat Paro, Pharaoh's daughter, give him the name Moshe? She says, Ki min hamai mashitu, because I drew him out of the water. Limshot means to draw out. Why is his name Moshe? Because I drew him out of the water. No, that's not why his name is Moshe. His name should have been Nimshe, the one who, or Mashui, the one who was drawn out of the water. You did the drawing out of the water, but he was the one who was drawn out of the water. Why is he called the one Moshe, the one who is drawing out, who will draw out? And incredibly, the Chizkuni and the Sforno, two of the Rishonim, say, because his name is given to him, not about what was done to him, but because what he will do with the name given to him. He will be the one to draw the people out of Egypt. He will be the one to draw the Jewish people and bring about redemption, because you see, the very same action that was done to him of Bat Paro, Pharaoh's daughter, saving him and giving him life, he would then go and do that for the Jewish people, to pay it forward and be a protagonist. You see, in life, so many of us get stuck on being victims, stuck as passive participants who can't change our reality, hiding behind the victimhood of circumstance. If there was anyone who could have given a claim to say there's nothing she can do, it was this heroine, Bat Paro. It was her father who introduced the whole decree against the Jewish people. How could she go against her father? After all, it was her father which did this decree. Yet she defied her own father and ended up taking in a Jewish child who himself would become the savior of the Jewish people. The one who she drew out of the bulrushes is the same one who would go, Moshe, to be proactive, like the one who saved him, and go and save the Jewish people. I remember a book that I read many years ago had a very profound impact on me. It came out about 30 years ago in 1996, written by Professor Daniel Goldhagen. It was called Hitler's Willing Executioners. And this book dealt with the fact that many of us think that the average German often didn't have a choice but to go along with Hitler. After all, there was a very powerful regime which was forcing people to do what they needed to do. Absolutely not, says Goldhagen. He shows in case after case that those who executed the horrific acts of the Nazi regime were not forced to do it. There were people who chose to do it. And those who chose not to do it were not forced to do it. The people who did it were willing executioners. The people who hide behind Hamas and say, well, Hamas is forcing us. No. In many cases, if you do something and you do evil in the world and you're a participant in it, it's because you proactively support it. And every single one of us dare not get caught in life as the one who's Mashui and Nimshe, who say, I have no choice, I have to just go with the flow, literally like flowing water. No, we don't go with the flow. We decide where the current is going. Moshe Rabbeinu could have gone with the flow. He himself, growing up in Pharaoh's court, could have said, you know what, I've been saved from all of this destruction. I'm one of the lucky ones, and I will throw my lot in with the Egyptians in order that I have a quiet life and don't have to endanger my life. But just like his surrogate mother, his adopted mother, Pharaoh's daughter, risked her life, so to speak, and chose to proactively draw him out, knowing that he was one of the Ivrim, one of the Hebrews. It was Moshe Rabbeinu who chose to leave the safety of Pharaoh's court and Pharaoh's palace and be there for his people. Vayetzei elechav, to go out to his brothers, vayar b'sivlotam, and seeing the dangers that they were in and risking his life for them. Every single one of us, on an individual level and a more public level, find ourselves in situations where we can make a difference. We should not hide behind personal or public circumstances and say there's nothing I can do. We should be not Nimshe or Mashui, not the one who is acted upon, but the one who proactively decides which way the current goes and is able to direct their lives in a proactive way to ensure that each and every one of us does everything we can to move Jewish history forward and do everything we can in our sphere of influence to make the biggest difference that we can make as proactive protagonists and not passive victimhood participants. Shabbat Shalom.